Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I have the most adorable collection from our friends at Crafters Companion. This is Delightful Daisies, and we've got a 6x6 paper pad, a beautiful dainty daisy cutting die. We've got a collection of daisy layers and leaves, and we've also got a beautiful daisy border die. We have so much more to show you. You guys, they make really pretty cards like this one. So come back and play with us. All right, so let's take a look at all of these dies. We've got this adorable border die. This one is called Spring Border. It's two dies actually. We've got this one where you can cut it from the background, or if you add this one right here, it cuts out the image, and I'll show you that in a moment. And then we've got this one. This is the Blossoming Daisies. There are 8 pieces here. We've got 1, 2, 3 sizes of daisies. They're corresponding little centers. We've got some leaves here. Very, very cute. Super versatile to use this one. And then we've got this one, which is just a single beautiful daisy. This one I found really nice to be able to cut the little blossom off and add it on top of another one, give it some dimension. This one's called Dainty Daisy. Now let's take a look at what's inside of this super cute 6x6 pad. There are 36 double-sided sheets. Oops. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to try not to show you the doubles here. So beautiful, beautiful colors on this. You've got the beautiful brown, sort of light brown wood, and the white and yellow daisies, little bits of some sort of blue flower to go along with it. And then on the other side, we've got the wood. There are more beautiful daisies on blue. And the back is sort of a chipped paint sort of situation. And then we've got more daisies. These are closer together. And then we've got painted blue wood. This is a more defined wood than the other one. This one, we've got a little scene going on with the yellow painted in the background. And if we flip over on this one, got more painted wood. This blue, gorgeous. And there, we've got more blue wood. There we've got green with little purple blue butterflies, so pretty. Got the yellowish, oh, I don't think that's right. There we go, green on the back with, this one has like a leaf print on it. And then this one, yellow little clusters, and on the back you've got some that are sort of screened back on that one. All right, so once again the scene with the green, different shade of green, what it looks like on the back, and then this beautiful blue with dragonflies, and that's what it looks like on the back. And then another shade of blue, gorgeous, that's the back. And then we've got another shade of blue, come on. This one's kind of a teal color. This might be my favorite shade of the blue. It's so gorgeous. And that's what it looks like on the back. All right, you guys. So let's take a look at this center step card. So for the center step, I have them here. These are 5 cards and 5 envelopes. They're already die cut, ready to go, okay? If you have a die cutting machine, then this is the way to go, because you can make center step cards to your heart's delight. This is meant, it's 5 7/8, so it'll fit through a 6-inch wide platform with a little bit of room to spare, and then it's 10 inches long. This is a great tool. It's one of my favorite basic dies. And we use that beautiful green on this card. I inked the edges of my pieces with a little bit of Friar Brown ink. Use the barn wood that's on the back of this particular paper. I just used a strip of that along the bottom. And then I use these strips, which are a little bit more like dense as far as the daisies go. They came from sort of the bottom edge of this green daisy paper. And then we've got the dies, you guys, so beautiful. So I layered here 2 of these dies and 2 of these. So I've got them right here. Okay, I'm going to do like the middle ones here just to kind of show you how this works. I've got everything here. So the first thing, die cut 2 of these from white cardstock. This is the medium daisy right here. Okay, I cut 2 of them from white cardstock, and then I just sort of took my fingers and I just bent them a little bit. You don't need any special tool to do this. Just like that, so they just have a little bit of a concave going there. Same with this one. Just like that. I put a little bit of foam tape on there, just a smidge. And then you're going to put them offset, so like this. If you do this, they're lined up. We want them offset so it makes a nice full looking blossom, just like that. And then for this little center piece right here, the center of the daisy, I used roasted pumpkin ink, which just doesn't seem like that's right, but it worked so nicely for the shading. Put a little bit of it right there. And then we're just going to go ahead and glue it over the one I already have on there. For some reason I didn't go ahead and do it and then glue it on there. Go. Just a touch of that. Right on there. And it's just got that really nice little shading effect going on. And then for the leaf, you can either just leave that leaf just as it is, or you can just do a little bit of inking. I like to use the holly green, okay? And you could just take a dauber or any other kind of applicator, or you could just kind of go with it like this. And I forgot to grab my applicator, so I'm just gonna use my finger. Okay, and that's just going to provide a little bit of a variance there, just a little bit of color. So there's two colors going on. That's what we're trying to get going. And you just glue that right there. Now what I did here was I foam taped these. Once they were done, I foam taped them to the card. I used this one right here with this collection of leaves, and then I just put glue on the ends of those and just glued them right under, so they sort of extended out from underneath the flower. And this one, I just took one of these little leaf clusters and I cut it right here, so then I had two, and I put one here and one here. And then for my little greeting for happy birthday, I wanted that yellow color. So this is, what's collection is this? Inside and Outside Dazzle stickers in the primary colors. And there's a yellow here. So we gave you primary colors plus green, brown, and black. And that was right there. So that is just super easy how we put those together. Right, let's take a look. This one is using the Dainty Daisy die right here. That's what it looks like. And then what I did was I took, this is a light green blend, tri-blend marker, and we're just going to add the medium color. If you're not familiar with tri-blend markers, there are 3 pens in one. And we're going to put a little bit of the darker green down one half of the stem and a little bit on the edge, one edge of the leaves. And then they'll just blend together. We went to the lighter color. And then I don't mind at all if those little outlines or those little veins in the leaf show. They're white. Or you could color those in. Go. I am going to color them in. I'm going to go over that, so that it's coloring in all those little lines. There we go. All right, so then what I did is I die cut just the top part, again from white cardstock. Didn't bother cutting out the entire thing. And we're just gonna go ahead and just cut any little part of that stem away, just like that. Right there. And then I have my giant wheel of foam tape, which is the most economical way to buy foam tape, but all I need is this little bit just for this one. And then actually I need to cut it a little bit smaller. I got a little carried away. And that's just going to go right there. And then we're just going to align, well, you can align them, or you can just offset them a little bit again. I like to sort of intentionally offset them so it looks like a fuller flower. Then I put a little bit of this sort of yellowy color, and I should mention, you guys, where I'm getting my daisy colors. I found that this yellow and the green for the leaves were wonderful, and I got them from the At the Shore 12 by 12 solid cardstock. So we had this shade of yellow right here, and then 2 shades of green. Worked out really, really nicely. And then the white, of course, is just from white cardstock. All right, so now we're going to take this center right here. Now, we don't have the luxury of having a separate center on this one like we do the other ones, but that's okay. We're just going to take our little scissors and we're just going to cut away this center from that little bit of, this is a great way to just use some scraps that you might have too. All I needed was just that little kind of 1-inch piece of that color. And then we're going to take that pumpkin color again, put a little bit of color right there. And then we're going to use that other little piece of foam tape. Find it. Gotta go. Can't find it, so I'm going to cut another one. There you go. And that's just going to go right there, and we're going to put this one right there. And then we've got our sweet little daisy. And then what I did here was I just put a little knot of yellow gingham ribbon. This is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. Maybe we can zoom out a tiny bit. And then what I did was I went ahead and I put that 6 by 6 daisy paper up towards the top. And then I had a little bit left on the edge, so I just tore that right there and glued that torn piece from the back side of this one. Let me show you that one. Okay, there we go. Just use this little torn piece, about 1.25 inches wide. I glued that along that top edge, and then I used, these are Script Greeting Dazzle stickers in the white. I used those white one. Sending hugs, and I did the sending as one, and I just attached hugs to it so it looks like one word. And then I just glued my little daisy here, and then this one right here came from this great little spring border right here. And then you guys, what I ended up using was, this is 6 by 6 gingham #1 cardstock. I used this beautiful yellow gingham, and I just backed that right there. And I glued that along the bottom edge. I thought that just, yellow gingham was just so daisy-like. And then you guys, I took, this is a golden brown color of the Tri-Blend marker, and I just went ahead and I used a little bit of the darker or the medium shade, just like that. And then I just colored that in a little bit, and then added a little bit of yellow to that as well. And that's 2 down. All right, so this next one, you guys, is the same border die, but here I've cut it from the actual card front. And how I did that was I started off with a 5 by 6.5 inch card. I cut 1/2 inch from the top. So now my card is 5 by 6 inches, okay? Opened that up. So now this is going to go through my die cutting machine very, very easily. I'm not going to use this surround die because that's how I used it to achieve the border. When you use the surround die, you get this one. I'm just going to take this one, place it here. Now you can secure that with either a magnetic mat on your machine or just a little bit of low-tack tape. And then you're going to take this and put that through your die cutting machine, okay? And that's how you get this beautiful decorative edge. Then I covered the rest of my card with that beautiful daisy paper. And I just made a sort of a grouping of 3 layered daisies, just as I showed you before, here. And then one right here. These are the 2 small and the 2 medium. Some leaves. And then the Thinking of You right here. This is the More We're Together Dazzle stickers, and in the white. And then I added some sweet little, these are lemon crystals stickers. Lemon crystals. I had to actually glue them. And then you just glue those onto those little daisies, and that just is sweet. But I didn't want it to be white against white on the back, so I just took another little strip of paper and put it right there. So it had a nice back for showing up. All right, the last one I have for you, you guys, is this one right here. This is a 5 by 6.5 inch card. Once again, I took my 6 by 6 paper, put it right here, and then inked my edges first with a little bit of brown. And then, you guys, you're gonna have a little bit extra left over. I just cut that off and I put that along the bottom edge of the card. Went ahead before I did anything else and used floral greetings stamps. Okay, I did the happy birthday right there. And then we're gonna build this section right here. And that is using the 12 circle and scallop cutting dies. So right here I've got this second to the largest scallop that I did from white. And then I used 2 of the straight edge ones to make a little blue frame out of the wood paper. This is just a frame, and I just glued that on top of the white scalloped circle. And went ahead and stamped from the same stamp set, Sending Smiles. There we go. And then we start building with the daisies. But this time I'm using something a little different. I'm using foam. This is flower foam, you guys. And this one has great shades, 2 shades of green, some off-white, which I didn't use, but some sheets of white flower foam. So I'm going to show you how to put that together. So we've got right here, these are so easy because these don't require any shaping or anything like that. So I just die cut 2 of the medium size ones. It is nice to have, if I can find it here. Here we go. Some tweezers are nice with this. And then of course you're going to need a heat gun. And I like to use a craft mat because it's going to protect your work surface. If you're doing this at the kitchen counter, you do not want to use a heat gun right on your kitchen counter, unless of course you have something like a stone counter. All right, so we're going to turn this on high. We're going to let that heat up for just a moment, and then you're going to notice that this flower foam is going to shrink. And it's going to curl up a little bit. It's going to curl kind of in, and that's good. We like that. Getting smaller and smaller. All right, that's pretty much all there is to it. So you can see this is what I started with, and that's what I'm ending with, okay? And then we've got this one right here that I've already done. This one's a little bit bigger. You can stop them from getting smaller at any point. You want them to be about the same size, but as you can see, this one's a little bit different. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually do this one, because I do want them to be the same size. So here we go again. A little bit more. Here we go. All right. And then I used hot glue for these because white glue just takes an extra amount of time to glue. You're just going to put one right over the other. Remember, offset those petals. And then you can just take another one of these little centers and glue it right on there. And then I did this all the way around one side, did the same with the leaves, and then just tucked those in. Now with the leaves, I should mention, let me grab the die. With the leaves, I used this one right here, and then I went ahead, die cut this from the darker green foam, and then went ahead and sort of hit that with the heat gun so they got smaller, and then I cut them into parts. So we've got a cluster of 3 here, cluster of 2, and I just tucked them right under. And then up here, we've got the tiniest ones of those dies. Those are so cute. That dies. Well, it's here somewhere. It's buried. Oh, it's right here in front of me. So this one, I used this one for these two, the medium for these, and the larger one. Yeah, it shrunk so far down. And as I said, used hot glue to attach all of those. So you guys, we've got a fantastic money saver on this collection. I think this is a really versatile one. It's perfect for spring and summer and makes just a really nice variety of cards. Definitely some tools to have in your stash. And so yeah, if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page, you'll find the money saver right over there on the right-hand side. All the items individually are listed down below the video, all the ink pads, the cards, everything that we used. If you're watching us on YouTube, then look below the video in the description box and you'll see a link that'll take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page. And hey, while you're there, a thumbs up really helps people find our channel, and subscribe. We do 4 to 5 of these videos a week and we wouldn't want you to miss a thing. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time, you guys.